So Resident Evil Requiem supposedly already has a DLC in the works. This is what's being claimed at the moment, folks. So, an insider has stated that Resident Evil Requiem is definitely getting at least one DLC, which is currently in development. Resident Evil Requiem doesn't arrive until next year. Well, we're not that far off, folks, you know? We are literally only a short couple of months away. And as we wait for the game's launch, the only things getting us by are leaks. We recently saw the producer address rumors about the photo of Leon Kennedy with an eye patch that surfaced online. Now, an insider has revealed that we do actually have some details about the DLC. So, it may star Alyssa. Again, this is coming from DLC, Requiem known Resident Evil leaker Dust Golem, and their latest post on X states there's definitely at least one DLC for Resident Evil Requiem in development right now. I've heard about it a few times. I believe it stars Alyssa. The leaker had previously stated that Alyssa Ashcroft is also the giant monster following Grace in the trailer and will be playable for a bit in the game. So with that, we actually thought that Alyssa could actually be the prequel if that is going to happen, and it does seem to be going now towards that way. But I'm actually really looking forward to this no matter what, and especially seeing that it's more along the lines of horror with a bit of action. I'm really happy it's gone that way. I do love the rest of the games, but obviously Village, it kind of went a more Resident Evil 4 type of way where, right, gung-ho, guns blazing, machine guns, grenade launchers, this will be a lot easier for you instead of the absolute monstrosity of horror that they gave us in Resident Evil 7. But Dust Golem does also say that he was asked on the same day whether Leon Kennedy is being considered to be a main character or a side character. And Golem replied with, obviously, that they don't have a blueprint for the game, so to give that answer, but they do know that Leon has some very large levels, the biggest in the series to date. See, when I think of something like that, and they're saying it could be some of the biggest levels that in any of the games, it kind of makes you think, right, okay, how is this going to work? Especially with how big, like, you know, the police station is in Resident Evil 2 Remake, because that is one of my favorite parts of that game. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how big these levels are going to be. Is it going to be more like a village? Again, how, you know, we could walk around, go here, go to the church, go back to the other castles. Is it going to be something like that? Because obviously we are going into a hotel. That's literally all we know about so far. We have no other ideas of where we're going to be going. And that's a fun thing to be excited for in a Resident Evil game. But going on, let's say players should take both details with a grain of salt, as it does not come from an official source, obviously. But we also got another bit of news by here, and this is that Resident Evil Requiem will feature characters from previous games, and this is what the producer has confirmed. Resident Evil Requiem's producer has recently stated that we will see some characters from the past series come in. Obviously, they do think as well that it's going to sell better than Village, and I'm not skeptical about that, because even though Village was a good game, if they're going to go back for like over the shoulder, I think they are going to sell a lot more with this, and especially that they are putting it out first as a horror video game, not a action horror like Village was. But with this though, they do go on to say that they don't expect or overhyping them. So during the new interview with Well Played, Resident Evil Requiem's producer Masato was asked whether the title will have returning characters from Outbreak, as Grace is the daughter of Alyssa. He replied stating that yes, there are going to be some characters from the past series to come in, but don't over-expect or hype it up. See, whenever anyone says, oh, you know, don't expect too much, don't overhype it, they're trying to be like, oh, you know, we got something good happening, you know, we got something good happening for you, and you're going to be like, oh my god, when you see who turns up. That's what I think is going to happen there. But they also said, though, that they can't promise anything, and the only thing that can be said is that there will be characters that have been involved in the Raccoon City incident involved in the game. Now, regarding the Stalker enemy, which we have told is going to be like one of the biggest villains we've ever accompanied us in these games, and he has revealed that it will be just a small part of the game and that they have learned from the past how to balance the system. Okay. The producer also added that the game is new and the focus is more on how they can scare the player in many different ways. Yes, this is what we want. The developers are trying to cover a whole lot of scenarios to make sure the players can get scared and experience the horror. Yeah, I am all for this and I cannot wait to play it. And we are, like I said, only a few short months away, folks. I will be streaming this on my main channel over on Come Geeksome, where we are trying to hit 40,000 subscribers. We are only a couple of thousand away from that. So if you are new, folks, go over there, like and subscribe for the gaming. But guys, as usual on here, my name is Dan. Take care, like and subscribe, hit that ding dong for future updates, and I'll see you in the next video.